Most men think attraction is about looks, money, or saying the right words. That's why they stay stuck chasing attention that never lasts. The truth is simpler and deeper. Women don't fight for men who try hard. They fight for men who don't need to try. Men who are calm, grounded, and emotionally independent naturally stand out in a world full of neediness. Attraction isn't logical. It's emotional. It's about how your presence makes someone feel. When you embody confidence without arrogance, direction without control, and desire without desperation, women sense it instantly. This video isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the kind of man whose energy creates competition without asking for it. If you understand and apply what you're about to hear, you'll notice women responding differently. More curiosity, more effort, more attachment. Watch carefully, because this starts with changing how you show up in the world. Point 1. Stop chasing and build a life. Chasing women puts you in a weak position because it tells them your life lacks direction without their attention. When a man constantly initiates, overtexts, and rearranges his schedule to please a woman, he communicates that she is his priority instead of his purpose. That energy feels heavy and unattractive. Women want to feel chosen, not needed. When you build a life that excites you, attraction becomes a side effect. This means having goals you work toward daily, routines you respect, and standards you don't break for validation. Your time becomes valuable because it's already committed to something meaningful. Women feel this subconsciously. They sense momentum, purpose, and stability. When your life is full, you don't chase. You invite. You observe. You decide. That shift changes everything. Women start adjusting themselves to your schedule instead of the other way around. They compete for space in a life that's already moving forward, and that's when attraction becomes effortless. Point 2. Master emotional self-control. Emotional control is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. When a man reacts emotionally to small things, jealousy, delayed replies, disagreements, it signals insecurity and lack of inner stability. Women instinctively look for emotional safety, and a man who can't regulate his emotions feels unpredictable. Self-control doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means understanding them and choosing how to respond. When you stay calm during tension, disagreements, or uncertainty, you become grounding. Your calmness becomes contagious. Women feel safer, more relaxed, and more connected around you. A man who isn't easily shaken becomes intriguing. When her moods don't control your behavior, she starts respecting you more. Respect fuels attraction. Emotional discipline also shows maturity and leadership. It communicates that you can handle pressure and responsibility. Women don't fight over men who are reactive. They fight over men who remain steady no matter the situation. Point 3. Remove approval seeking from your behavior. Approval seeking is subtle, but it destroys attraction quickly. It shows up as excessive compliments, constant agreement, reassurance seeking, and changing your personality to fit someone else's expectations. When you seek approval, you place the other person above you psychologically. High-value men don't ask to be liked. They assume acceptance and let actions confirm interest. They don't perform for validation. Instead, they observe behavior and respond accordingly. This creates a power balance where the woman feels she needs to earn your attention, not the other way around. When you stop seeking approval, your energy changes. You become more relaxed, more authentic, and more confident. Women sense that you're not trying to impress them, and that sparks curiosity. Approval seeking pushes people away because it feels needy. Confidence pulls people in because it feels secure. When you validate yourself internally, others naturally follow. Point 4. Set standards and enforce them calmly. Standards are the backbone of self-respect. Without them, you accept whatever treatment you're given. Many men tolerate disrespect, inconsistency, or low effort because they fear losing attention. But tolerance of poor behavior lowers your value instantly. Having standards means knowing what you allow in your life and enforcing it without anger or drama. When a woman crosses a boundary and you calmly step back or remove access, it sends a powerful message. You're showing that your self-respect is non-negotiable. This doesn't require arguments or ultimatums. Silence and distance often communicate more than words. Women notice when a man doesn't beg, chase, or argue to be treated well. They realize he's rare. Scarcity increases value. Women fight for men who don't compromise their standards just to keep someone around. Point 5. Become comfortable with silence. Silence is one of the most underrated attraction tools. Insecure people rush to fill silence because it makes them uncomfortable. Confident people are comfortable letting moments breathe. When you pause before responding or sit calmly in silence, you create emotional tension. Silence forces reflection. It makes people think. It shifts focus onto the other person. When you're comfortable with silence, it signals confidence, control, and emotional maturity. You're not rushing to entertain or impress. In conversations, silence can make your words feel heavier and more intentional. In relationships, it prevents over-communication and emotional exhaustion. Women are drawn to men who don't overshare or talk excessively. The man who controls silence often controls the emotional pace of the interaction. That control creates intrigue and respect. Point 6. Maintain mystery and depth. Mystery fuels attraction. When you reveal everything about yourself too quickly, there's nothing left to discover. Oversharing your past, emotions, or future plans removes intrigue and can feel overwhelming. Maintaining mystery doesn't mean being secretive or dishonest. It means revealing yourself gradually. Let people earn deeper access to your thoughts, emotions, and plans. When a woman feels she's discovering layers of you over time, attachment grows naturally. Mystery keeps curiosity alive. Curiosity leads to interest. Interest leads to effort. Women fight for men who feel deep, complex, and not easily figured out. When you're not constantly explaining yourself, you allow others to lean in. Attraction thrives in what's felt, not what's fully explained. Point 7. Keep your purpose at the center. When a man makes a woman the center of his life, attraction fades. Pressure builds. Expectations rise. The relationship becomes heavy. Women don't want to replace a man's purpose. They want to complement it. Your mission, goals, and personal growth must come first. When you prioritize your purpose, you naturally become more confident, disciplined, and fulfilled. That fulfillment radiates outward. Women are drawn to men who are going somewhere in life. When a woman sees that your world doesn't revolve around her, she respects you more. She feels free rather than responsible for your happiness. Men with purpose create space for attraction instead of suffocating it. Women fight to be part of a life that already has direction. Point 8. Let her invest emotionally. Attraction grows where effort is invested. When you do everything, initiate, plan, reassure, pursue, you rob the other person of the chance to invest. People value what they work for. Allow her to text first sometimes. Let her suggest plans. Let her show interest without immediately matching or exceeding it. This balance creates emotional investment. When she invests, she becomes attached. Investment creates ownership. Ownership creates competition. Women fight harder for men they've invested in emotionally. This doesn't mean playing games. It means allowing natural reciprocity. When effort flows both ways, attraction deepens. When effort flows one way, attraction dies. Final take. Women fighting for you isn't about manipulation or control. It's about self-respect, emotional discipline, and purpose. When you become grounded, calm, and intentional, people respond differently. Stop chasing validation. Start building value. Stop reacting emotionally. Start leading calmly. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you become. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay evolving. This is Stickman Influence. See you in the next video.